Hey, I just got done reviewing a really cool new app that just came out that basically uses AI to help you create articles without you having to write any of the content. And there's a lot of software like this, but I haven't seen any that do a real good job of actually creating a quality article that you'd actually put on your site. But this new one works very, very well. So I want to give you a quick walkthrough of how easy it is to use. So I'm just inside the app here at Create, and all I need to do is I'm simply going to click on a folder, and then I'm going to go up here to this plus, and I can create a new article. So basically I can create a standard, a Q&A, or a freestyle. So I'm going to do a Q&A. Those are always popular type articles, and then I can choose my niche. So they have a ton of different niches in here. So you can just choose basically any topic of what your site is about, and it'll go out and create that article for you. So I'm going to do home improvement. For sub niche, I'm going to choose, I was actually looking for gardening. Let me try home and family. So there's gardening, and I'm going to keep it at English. How many articles to create? I'm just going to put 1. So obviously I could choose as many articles as I want it to create. And then for this example, I am going to start with a question. So basically you need to give it some sort of content to start with, and it'll use that content to help generate the rest of the article. I am just going to write, when is the best time to plant your garden? So basically you give it a question to start with. Now if I would have come up here and instead of Q&A, I chose standard, I would just basically give it an opening sentence of the article. It just needs something to start building your article with. So I put, when is the best time to plant your garden? I'm going to hit start, and it's going to go out and start creating that article for me. So in just a couple of minutes, it will write that article for me, and then we can take a look at what it came up with. So you can see the article is created. So if I click on that, you will see when is the best time to plant your garden? There's no absolute answer to this question. Many factors come into play, which include your climate, soil type, the kinds of plants you are growing, and then it goes on to continue to answer the questions. So you can see the rest of the answer there. Very well written. It reads very well. There's no kind of odd sentences in there. Basically, it just answered the question exactly as I would have done, and I didn't have to write any of it. So that's kind of the question feature. Obviously, it'll answer the one question you wrote, and it answered it very well. So if I go back now, and now I want to show you it writing a total article. So instead of Q&A or freestyle, I'm going to put standard. I am again going to go back to home and family. I'm going to choose gardening. And now with this example, we can choose how long it can be. So maybe we're looking for something short, 300 words, or something longer. We can go all the way up to 800 words. I'm just going to put it right in the middle. Let's do 600. Again, I'm going to have it generate one article. And now for this example, we need a starting prompt. So basically they say try to enter at least one sentence, which will give the software a good idea of kind of what the article should be about. So if I basically want an article about, let's say, tips or just some general information on starting a garden, I would want to write some sort of kind of starting prompt for that. All right, so I just wrote, if you're looking to start your own garden, then there are several things to keep in mind. Starting a backyard garden is a wonderful way to start growing your own vegetables. So again, I kind of just gave it some information to start with. I am going to have it start creating that article. And again, it'll go out, and now you can see right now it's writing the article. And in just a minute or two, we'll take a look at what it created. All right, so that gardening article is answered. So let's take a look at this. So again, there was what I started with. And then it says, for instance, your garden will have its own particular challenges. In fact, you need to make sure that the garden is suited for your lifestyle. It goes on, then it says, here are a few gardening tips to get started with your own gardens. You'll need to select the right site, select the proper fertilizers. You'll need to get rid of weeds. You'll need to protect your garden from outside contaminants. So, you can go through here and read this as I have the screen here. I'm not going to read through the whole thing with you here, but again, it talks about fertilizers. So you want to select the right fertilizers for your garden. You'll have to choose fertilizers that have potassium. You don't want fertilizers that have more nitrogen. and also too much phosphorus. So it's a very informative article, written very well. You'll need to get rid of weeds. You need to select the right fertilizer to kill weeds in the garden. You also need to get rid of weeds on the surface of the soil. So again, it's a great quality article that I can just simply copy and put on my site, and it did it all using their AI feature, and I didn't have to write any of the content. So I'm very, very impressed with this, especially for the fact that you can write articles on almost any topic you want. You know, they do have some categories, but in general, most topics are covered. Creates well-written articles. They're not it's very different than a spun article, which usually spit out content that's somewhat unreadable or very obviously was spun, not actually written by a person. I'm very impressed with the content this software puts out. In addition, they do have a optional upgrade. If you were to purchase this software, they do have an optional upgrade for a plugin. So basically, you can install the plugin on your WordPress site, which allows you to connect the software with your site. And then when you create these articles, it will actually go and post those on your site for you. So you don't even have to copy it, paste it on your site, publish. It'll do that as well. I will point out that is an optional upgrade that does not come with the front end. It's a very cool option for people who use WordPress and want the software to automatically take that article and post it on their site for them. So all in all, very impressed with Creaite software. In my opinion, for using AI, again, this isn't an actual person writing the article, it's using AI. It creates very good articles that are easy to read, and really, I would have no problem putting on my site. So if you want to take a look at it yourself, there is a button below this video. You can go ahead, kind of take a look at what they all offer and see if it is right for you.